Oh, no. I already know what time it is. Hey, before anything, man, y'all watching this, bro, hit the like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's build this page up. Man. And for everybody who subscribing to me, man, I appreciate that. Right? So now let's go back to the story, right? Jumping right back into it. So now while I started working at this installation company, and I want to say at this time, probably like 19, 20, 21. Okay, yeah, so I was at this company about 3 years, so I was about like 19. All right, so, boom. I first get off finish thing, right? When I first get here, basically, me getting there, I didn't even go to the warehouse where everybody was at first, you know what I'm saying? I met a guy, whatever, and then he took me to the job site. So I get to the job site. When I first get to the job site, everybody, you can say everybody here way older than I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years old. So it's like, I'm a young buck, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in bit grown, but I look older than what I am. You know what I'm saying? I always look older than what I was, right? So I get off in here and whatever, and I ain't doing too much talking because I'm really trying to observe and see exactly what, you know what I'm saying, I need to be doing, who is who, what is what, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, right? So over time, it's a couple characters that come into play and me working at the installation company, right? So you had me starting out, the first dude I got cool with was Phil. And see how me and Phil kicked it was one day, right, we all working or whatever, and usually we worked on like a 5 to 6 man crew, right? So I go off in that thing one day, whatever. So I had half of an L on me, right? I had half the L on me, right? And I knew whenever we took a break, I was gonna go smoke. So as break time come along, you know what I'm saying, they going about their business. And as I'm coming out the door, I smell the gas. You smell the gas. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what type of party it is. But one thing I do know is, bro, you cannot go up to somebody who's smoking the gas and they don't know you thinking that you finna hit the gas. It don't work like that. You didn't put in on this. We don't know you. It's suspect right now. You feel me? You the police? Let me know something. You feel me? So I'm like, all right. So I had went on beeline somewhere else and I just sparked my own gas up on my phone or whatever, So I know they smell it, right? I come back in. When I come back in, Phil, he was like, hey, he was like, you smoke? I was like, what you talking about? He was like, man, I smelled you. I smelled that you had some gas over there, you know what I'm saying? And we was over here smoking and whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. So he was like, hey, you think you give me a ride home? I was like, yeah, I give you a ride home or whatever. He was like, yeah, because I got another half on it right here, and I'll smoke it with you if you take me home. Bet that. Yeah. Come on, hop in, fool. Come on, hop in. Yeah, I'll take you home. I end up taking Phil home, right? So as me, I'm taking Phil home. Now I'm showing Phil my beats, you know what I'm saying, on the farm. I'm showing him the beats that I done made and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to see exactly what Phil about, you know what I'm saying? Feel him out, he feeling me out, you know what I'm saying? And me and him started to get real cool, right? Now once I started to get cool with Phil, I'd take him home every other day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And he started to lace my boots up about this job. Who to watch out for, who not to talk to, how things go. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you can and can't do. I was like, oh, okay. So we just started chopping up. We started running about, you know what I'm saying, life and in general, you know what I'm saying? One thing Phil had always told me, Phil used to tell me, he used to be like, you know what I'm saying, no matter what you do, bro, you got to at least put forth effort into your work and make it look good, because people who coming in, the first thing they're gonna see is the face. And what I mean by the face is whatever they see right in front of them. That's gonna be the first thing they see. Whatever is right there in front of them, that's what you are displaying, right? So it was like, bro, you gotta be able to, you know what I'm saying, make your face look good, you know what I'm saying, for whatever work that you're doing. So, I didn't really understand what he was saying until a little later on in life, you know what I'm saying? But I always kept those jewels that he was dropping tucked, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay. So me and Phil one day get to chopping it up, and I asked him if he knew my pops, right? And he was like, well, who your pops is? And I get to running it to him. I'm telling him, like, yeah, he locked up in David Wade or whatever. And when I get to telling him this, he like, what? Hey, yo, pops, such and such. I'm like, yeah. He like, man, hell no, I was locked up with your pops. And I was like, for real? Like, yeah, fool. Like, he good people. So now as he telling me this, I'm so interested in knowing about my pops, because I ain't really just been around him, you feel me? Like, I was around him a couple months when I was younger, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really just get the game from him or nothing, you know. So he running it down to me and whatnot, and Phil low key like put me under his wing. You know what I'm saying? He put me under the wing, and it's like he was just schooling me on life, right? So as all this is going on, a dude, we had a soup named Ike, right? Ike was a white dude. He was older, you know what I'm saying? But Ike was a dickhead. He was a dickhead, and he was a dickhead to people he didn't know. If he didn't know you, I promise you, he was going to let you have it, and he was going to try to make you quit. So me running into him, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget our first encounter. He used to always watch me, right? One day, right, as Phil was telling me about the face, make sure the face looked good. I ain't really care about that. I'm just hanging the insulation up, or I'm just hanging the insulation up. And I come over there one day, he like, "Hey, what the fuck is this?" And he yelling at me. I say, "Hold on, bro. Now, how long? Who you talking to like that? You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me like that. I'm gonna talk to you about. I want to talk to you. That work. That's shitty. That ain't." He going off, right? And I'm like, "Hold on, bro." I say, "Look, bro. I got kids, bro. You're not finna talk to me like I'm a child when I got kids. You understand?" And I'm like, "Bro, you gonna have to come in with some type of respect." He like, "Respect? You don't know nothing about no goddamn respect. You don't deserve no respect." Hold on, bro. Hold on. Who you coming at like this? And not me and him arguing. We going back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? We both yelling at each other. And then he ended up dipping off and then going outside and going to his truck, right? Now, as all this is going on, you got to understand, you got everybody I just named in the beginning. Phil, Joe, Isaac, J-Rock. J-Rock was there. You know what I'm saying? You had a couple more people who was there, who was watching all this pop off, right? And to black folks, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody in there was black, you know what I'm saying? Black folk can instigate something real quick, right? And all these dudes also then been to prison, right? Not jail, prison. That's two different worlds, you know what I'm saying? They done been to prison, right? So for them, it's like, even though they ain't in prison no more, but they looking at it like, if you let that dude punk you right now, right? And this ain't no, listen to when I tell y'all this, right? This ain't no knock to no race, because I got mixed kids. I got 3 mixed kids, all right? But in Louisiana, it's very prejudiced. It's a black and white thing, you know what I'm saying? See, all these dudes in here black, and they looking at it like, bro, if you let that white man punk you right now, ain't nothing else you could say in here to defend your name. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, if you let him do what he gonna do, we all finna run over you. You know what I'm saying? But I had let it be known, like, please don't play with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me like that just because I ain't running around here acting like everybody else, or, you know what I'm saying? I ain't acting like I'm a street dude, I'm a thug. I'm just me, bro. I'm just Key, right? Don't take that as weakness. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to tell him. Like, bro, don't take this for weakness. Like, you just finna come in here and run all over me. You feel me? He ended up coming back in. When he came back in, I thought he was finna be on some hostile type tip. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't. He was like, "Hey, look, let me holler at you real quick." I'm like, "What's up?" Say, like, "Look, I shouldn't have yelled at you like that, and I apologize as a man. And I apologize too, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as my work." Because he's showing me now. He's like, "Look, you see this, you see this, you see this." He's like, all that right there. He said, "That ain't good." You know what I'm saying? They'll come in here and they'll fail us because of this right here. He was like, "You got to be able to do your work and do it good." You know what I'm saying? You can't be sloppy and lazy with it. And I was like, all right, I appreciate what you're saying and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, and everything. And I just want to let you know, you know what I'm saying, from here on out, I'm going to do my work like I'm supposed to, but it's a respect thing. It got to be a mutual respect, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, you don't go in the room demanding respect. You got to earn that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you is. You can't come in a room being like, everybody gonna respect me right now. You gonna get folded. You gotta earn their respect. Motherfucker gotta been through something with you for them to respect you, right? So that was the first saga with me and Ike. And after that, me and him we locked in. Me and Ike had locked in real tight. And my respect level for him and his for mine has gained, right? So as time started to go on, you know what I'm saying, I had got real cool with Ike, and I started to see the ways that he would do what he tried to do with me, right? There was certain guys came in, white and black, that he would run that same game on me, and he'll make them quit. He'll break them, fool. He'll break them, he'll make them quit, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, damn, that's crazy, fucker. That's that same stuff you tried to do to me, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't been break a fold, you know what I'm saying? I just stand 10 toes like a man. I let them know, like, hey, we not finna do that, right? So as time started to go on, man, and one day we all chilling out, you know what I'm saying, and they like, hey, we need about 10 people. Well, nah, I'm tripping. We had still the same 6 of us, you know what I'm saying. There was a couple more people that went with me and Ike down in Lake Charles, right? So we all had went down to Lake Charles, and we had started on the job, right? We started on the job, went down there, seeing exactly what we was gonna do, and then we ended up coming back, right? So as that went on, that was like on a Friday, I believe. Like that Monday came back, and they was like, all right, look, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna let Ike pick who he wants for to go out of town with him on this Lake Charles job. We got this Lake Charles job, and then we got more other jobs going out of town too, you know what I'm saying. And they was like, Ike gonna choose who he want. So at the time, like I said, man, Ike was cool and whatever. So as all this is going on, I'm steady going. I'm in his ear, and I'm telling him like, hey, bro, like, come on, let me go out of town with you. Come on, let me go out of town with you, because there's more money involved and more hours. So Ike was like, yeah, sure. At this time, Ike called me Suge because he knew my peoples, you know what I'm saying. I used to stay out there in the country in Sugar Hill. That's why he called me Suge. He like, yeah, Suge, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get you in there and whatnot, and we gonna go out of town together. I'm like, all right, bet that. So now we all go out of town. Me, Isaac, Joe, Phil, I want to say white boy Daniel, Ike. It was a couple of us that just all had went out of town, right? So as we started going out of town, motherfuckers started missing their family and whatnot. Motherfuckers started missing their family, because you gotta understand, we was going out of town from Monday to Friday. All week, come back 2 days, then go back Monday, Friday, come back. And it was like, we did that for like probably like a year and a half, you know what I'm saying. So as time started to go on, a whole bunch of guys started to not want to go out of town, so they just started staying in town, and the crew started dropping less and less, right? So as the crew started dropping, it was only me and J-Rock, right? It was me, J-Rock, and then they had brought in a white boy named Brett, right? So Brett come in. Now when Brett come in the picture, me and Brett get real motherfucking tight and fast. Me and Brett about the same age. We got the same mindset. Everything, how this nigga was thinking, I was thinking. He was a little older than I was, but me and him was on the same frequency level when it came down to doing dumb shit. Like, me and him both was out just to do dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? So, and he also stayed close too. Now, me and Brett, man, I'm telling you, man, look, we'll go out of town. I'll bring an ounce, he'll bring an ounce, and we'll just share it, bro. And we'll just blow down, bro. And we'll just, we just out thugging all day, all night. We didn't care about nothing, you feel me? So one day, bro, I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? We working and whatnot. I had ended up getting made the crew lead, you know what I'm saying? So now everything that happens got to go through me, you feel me? I done already been at this job for like a year and a half or some change or something like that, you feel me? So I know exactly what I'm doing. I done got acclimated, I'm running it, you know what I'm saying? So one day I go in, I'm like, bro, what you got going, man? Like, why you ain't working, you know what I'm saying? And he was smoking the Joe. He was sitting there smoking on a Joe, and he was like, hey, you want one? I was like, yeah, let me get one. So now me and him, no. Matter of fact, at the time, I ain't smoke Joes. I'm tripping. So I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. Like, and he was like, look. So now he's showing me these dating sites and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's showing me these dating sites. I'm like, what that is, boy? So he like, bro, this one right here, Meet Me, and this one right here, POF. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah. He was like, you can get on here and find you anything. So while we out there in Lake Charles, I'm like, oh, okay. So now he's showing me the females that he messing with. I'm like, huh. Let me download that, bro. Let me download that to get on that, right? So I get off on that bit. Huh. You okay. Now I'm on here, you feel me? I'm on here. And I started conversating with females, right? And they started coming over. Listen to me when I tell you this, man. Bro, it went from me wanting to get the work done and get everything done, and you know what I'm saying, trying to make sure everything's straight. Because boss man, Ike, he was real cool people, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna stop calling him Ike because I just want to let y'all know that's what his name was, but we used to always call him Soup, you know what I'm saying? I always call him Soup, or OG. So I was real big on the work and whatnot, because, you know what I'm saying, Soup, my biggest thing with him was, I told him, like, look, bro, you ain't got to do nothing while you out of town but just inspect, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just let us work. You going to come back in a couple hours later, you know what I'm saying, and just make sure everything's straight. I'm going to make sure everything's straight. You just make sure, you know what I'm saying, you do your job, whatever, I'm going to do my job, we good. And so I can smoke. Now Soup knew I smoked gas, you know what I'm saying? He knew it, and he didn't care as long as the work got done, you know what I'm saying? That was me and his agreement, you know what I'm saying? So I'm steady doing me and whatever. So I found out about this. Now work kind of slowing down a little bit. And he kind of see it too. Cause he kind of put me to the side like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what you got going on, but I just need you to pick it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I depend on you. And I was like, all right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm showing him like, man, look at this, bro. Look at this, right? And one thing about Soup was he used to always tell me like, you know, he'll joke and clown with me and be like, boy, you think you Rico Suave? Because I used to real deal be trying to mess with the females like all the time. You know what I'm saying? So he like, boy, you think you Rico Suave? But he used to always tell me too, like, you got to be careful with the stuff that you're doing because you think you gonna bake that cake and eat it too? You not. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that the woman that you will have feelings too. You know what I'm saying? Now that goes for anybody who listening to this. Don't think you could be out here messing around on your old lady, messing around on your old man like they ain't gonna find out, because what's done in the dark will come to light eventually, right? Eventually, what's done in the dark will come to light. And I promise you, once it does come to light, you're going to feel played and you're going to try to deny everything. But at the same time, it's like you put that person in a situation, though, you know what I'm saying, that nobody should have been in. You should have been grown enough to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be with you no more. I want to go mess around. So I'm going to just go mess around. Right? That's what grown folks do. Like, if you don't want to be with that person no more, just leave. Just leave. Right? So that's what he basically was telling me in a nutshell. So I'm like, all right, like, I hear what you're saying, but I'm still finna do me, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, I'm still finna do me. And that's what I did, though, right? So I never forget. So like I say, you know, Britt coming out, and then we end up having this one dude named Terry, right? Terry ended up coming out, too. And this is 1 week Britt had ended up staying back 1 week. He had something that ended up happening, right? So when Terry ended up coming out, bro, it was on the day that a big wreck had happened going down in Lake Charles. And we used to always go down there that night. Like, sometimes we'll go down there Sunday night so we can wake up early Monday morning and start working, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it had started to get real busy, right? So a wreck had ended up happening. Boom. So we sitting there and shit. So we probably like maybe 30, 40 minutes coming up to the wreck now. Like, it's already been 30, 40 minutes after this and already happened. Somebody had to get a helicopter to come and get them, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty bad, you know. So as all this was going on, we just sitting there. I'm like, damn, we ain't even gonna get no food for the night or nothing, you feel me? So he was like, well, look, this a Walmart right up here. We can just stop at the Walmart, whatever. I'm like, all right, bet that. So we end up stopping at that Walmart, right? Stop at that Walmart, bro. And I go in and get my food. As I'm getting my food, I'm coming out. Terry, he like, hey, Terry like, no, I'm tripping. I walking out and Terry, Terry like, hey, wait on me. I'm like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? As I'm coming out, whatever, I see a little thing sitting in the car, you feel me? And I tell Terry, I say, hey, you see that? And he like, what, that girl? I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah, what about? I said, man, I'm finna get her. He like, boy, you ain't finna get her. You stupid, fool. Boy, so I put my shit in. I put my stuff down. She had a window crack, you feel me? So I come around the car, whatever. I like, hey, how you doing, whatever? And she looked at me and she was like, hey, she had a window coming down. She was like, hey, you need a ride? And I was like, nah, this is the work truck right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the work truck. I don't need a ride. I was really just trying to holler at you. And I was telling her, it's cold outside. Can I sit down in the car? She was like, yeah. So I come in, boom, I sit down. Like, how you doing? This is a white woman. She was probably like 33, 34 years old. And at the time, I'm probably like 20. I'm about like 20 years old. So for me, this a cougar, you feel me? I'm like, oh yeah, this a grown woman, you feel me? I'm finna really try my chance so I can see if she'll come back to the motel with me, right? So I'm running it to her like, what you doing out here, you feel me? Like, cause I'm intrigued on why she out here, bro. She just sitting out here on her phone, the windows rolled down, you feel me? Obviously, you looking for something. So I'm like, what you doing out here looking all good and whatnot? She like, I had got stood up on the day I was supposed to go on a date with a dude to the movies, but he ended up, you know what I'm saying? I got stood up and whatnot. So I'm just sitting here just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, shit, you know, I got a hotel probably like 45 minutes away from this spot right here. I was like, man, look, if you ain't doing nothing tonight, why don't you slide through whatever, man? You can kick it, you know what I'm saying? I got some smoke or whatever. She's like, oh, can I smoke too? I was like, yeah, see, that's good. I was like, I got the smoke, you know what I'm saying? We can get a little drink if you want it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You just come through and kick it and vibe with me. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, we could do that. So I end up getting her number, right? When I get her number, I shoot her the addy. I'm like, hey, I gotta bounce, you know what I'm saying? Soup coming out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We finna head out. She was like, oh, okay. So I just said that to get out the car because I had already had the number, you feel me? Like, if I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't nothing else going on, I already got the number. So now I'm finna go back in the car, right? So she peel off. When she peel off, Soup come out. I said, man, I got me one tonight. He said, what you talking about? I said, man, it was just a female right next to us, whatever. I had hopped out and had got a number, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make sure she slide through tonight, right? So Soup like, you know she gonna make you pay, Suge. You know she gonna make you pay. I said, man, I ain't paying for nothing for her. We don't do no paying. You feel me? Real players ain't doing no paying around here. So he like, all right. So that night come around or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I had to share a room with Terry, right? So I had to share a room with Terry. So we in there, I done already showered, pre-rolled a couple ones, you know what I'm saying? I'm texting her like, what's up, what's up, what's up? And at first she was playing all scared like she didn't want to, right? So I'm like, man, all right. Man, I want to say by like 10:30 at night, bro. Oh, yeah. So I opened up the door, I said, what's happening with you? She, you know, come on in. Boom, I got my shirt off and everything. So I immediately get right back on the bed and I post up, got my little legs crossed and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I spark up my L. I get to smoking and stuff. So me and her get to chopping it up, you know what I'm saying? I'm passing it back to her when we smoking in converse, you know what I'm saying? So as all this going on, she lay down on my chest, right? And she just lay there. So I'm just like, okay. And I'm just hitting it. I'm hitting it. She laying, I'm passing to her, she smoking, passing it back. We just chilling. Terry on the other bed, he just on his phone doing whatever he do. Next thing I know, she whip it out. And she get the walk. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I look at Terry, I'm like, man, come on, bro, she ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't mine. This ain't yours, you know what I'm saying? We finna go ahead and give her the business, right? I'm like, man, Terry, come on, you know what I'm saying? He like, what the fuck? He like, boy, hell, you gonna catch something. I don't know her like that. Woo. How long, fool? You started to give me female vibes, the way you move your hands around and doing all this. And what you doing is really kind of, as my kids say, you acting real sus right now, you feel me? I'm like, what you mean, bro? He like, yeah, nah, bro. I was like, well, look, bro, if you ain't finna get in on this, bro, you either gonna have to get out or go to the bathroom, right? Because I'm not finna have you sitting up here watching me max this girl out while you know what I'm saying? So, he get up and he go to the bathroom. She look at me like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, man, I don't know. I think he gay or something. And that's no disrespect to the community, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problems with the community. Please don't try to take my little page while I'm just getting started, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think he was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, he with the rainbow community, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on with him. I think he gay or something. She was like, oh, okay. So she get back to doing what she doing. I'm watching the game. Acting like I'm a real life player in it. I'm just, okay. Right? So she get done and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I get up and she assumes the position and she ready. So you feel me? As all this going on, he coming out the bathroom. He came out the bathroom 2 times. He opened the door. Look, hey, bro, go back over there, bro. Go back over there, son. When we finish, she go ahead and wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? She skedaddle on the pot of there, right? I'm like, hey, you can come out the bathroom now, bro. So he come out or whatever. He was like, bro, you gonna catch something, kid. You gonna catch something. Man, I ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about, bro. I went to sleep. Go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, fool. And she blowing up my phone. When can I come back and see you? Ooh. Shit, you come back tonight if you want to, you feel me? Because I got to play. I got to move. Now I know, like, okay, when lose a draw, like, if I hit you up, I know you going to slide through. So I'm running it to Soup. Like, hey, boy, she came through last night. You know what I'm saying? I went on ahead and maxed out. He like, well, you ain't had to pay for it. I'm like, man, I told you I wasn't going to pay for it for I maxed out. And he looked at Terry. He said, well, what he do? I looked at him. I said, I made him go in the bathroom because he didn't want to participate. So Soup looking at me like, what, you gay or something? You gay or something? So now he got the cigarette. Now look, this is how he had the cigarette. Now a lot of people, when they smoke they joes, you know what I'm saying, you will catch them, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people catch it like they had the L in their hand. You might catch somebody like, you know what I'm saying, he'll have it like this right here. He just, you know, he'll catch it, right? He'll catch it, right? This is exactly how he was. He was like this. Watch this window. This how he was. Yeah. Like that, right? With his wrist like this, bro. And we like, hold on, bro. Like, you tripping, right? And he like, wet. And so we was like, yeah, you part of the community. You part of the community, right? So we ended up going back in town, you know what I'm saying? After all that had ended up happening. And now, mind you, this was the first one I did knock down out of town, but I'm about to start knocking down off the websites. You feel me? Like, she had boosted it up, right? So, but let me give y'all the birth of a nation on how I became who I was, right? So the next day she hit me up, and after me and Soup got done talking about that or whatever, she had hit me up, was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, when can I come back? And I was like, shit, you can come back today, right? She was like, hey, you got a Instagram or Facebook? I was like, man, look, bro. Man, don't be trying to search me up on no social media, bro. And I told her, I said, look, bro, I got a whole old lady out here and kid, bro. I ain't trying to mess up nothing I got going, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just what you is, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it at that. Don't ask me about no social media. Don't ask me about none of that. She was like, man, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even mess with dudes who in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? She said, I don't even like doing stuff like that. You know, and she was like, you know, the crazy part is I really liked it you. She's like, I really liked it you. You know what I'm saying? Even though we had a 13-year difference in age, you know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm going to tell you something else, bro. She was like, look, for future reference, if you're going to keep doing what you're doing, don't tell none of these girls your real name. Don't tell none of these girls nothing about you. Don't do none of that, right? And so I'm sitting there thinking like, what she mean by that, right? I got it. Everybody else I came encounter with, I was Keith. I was Keith, right? My name Keith. But I turned my name from Key to Keith, right? That's an old nigga name, you feel me? Keith. So everybody I came in contact with, now my name Keith. Oh, how you doing? What's your name? Oh shit, my name Keith. Keith, yeah, that's my name. That was the birth of a nation when Keith came around, right? Because when Keith came around, I promise you, bruh, that was my alter ego, and he was on 0 to 100. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody I came in contact with after that white woman, everybody knew me as Keith. Now, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna jump back in a little later on, bro. I got something to do right now. But the next episode, I'm gonna get y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's finna get real crazy. Me being out of town, bro, it got real crazy. It got real hectic real fast. So you ain't gonna want to miss that. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't ask for three things, man. God is knowledge and wisdom, bro. And if it ain't that, man, y'all already know what time it is with me over here. You hear me? Hey, until next time. Whoa, now.